not so populated, cozy town that's nice to see.
It's too bad that Toronto is just outside the area of totality, because seeing it from the friggin' CN Tower would be so cool.
Oh God,
Oh, wow.
they're gonna book that. If that was
Yeah.
the case, they'd book that out way in advance.
I
It's already
know.
booked.
It might be.
I mean, it might be already booked anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You just go up to Watertown and view it there. Nobody goes to Watertown.
Okay. Are we prepared now?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you for the time.
Yee. So we'll get to a full recap in a second here, but specifically for Cathanid, Corwin did his usual research on magical things and specifically the Mythalar in the library of the university. Nothing super useful about that came up. However, you did discover that when it comes to the sort of biological changes that you've been seeing in plants and things, they generally are not applied to living creatures, intelligent or otherwise, without some sort of magical intervention, which makes it very rare. Was there any other specific things that you wanted to search for while you were there?
Not off the top of my head. I may come to you in private with a thought later, but I can't think of anything, unfortunately.
Okay, let me remember what I rolled for you on your investigation. It was pretty good if I remember. Looks like you got... it was only an 11? Oh, no, it was a 17. Okay, yes, you got a 17 on the investigation, so just remember that.
Okay.
All right. Who would like to remind us what else happened last week?
Liz got a girlfriend.
Health girlfriend.
So we went to the university. It took us an entire friggin' day to get there. While we were walking, Lycra noticed that we were being followed, and we being Estella and Lycra, just decided to let them follow us. We played the tourist, spent the entire day hopping from cafe to cafe, and ended up in the university that night. We got a guide whose name was Renalis, who is the storm giant goth girl in question, who helped us research some stuff in the library. Liz did some research on the Hells. Estella did some research on how the city was made. Apparently there's like some sort of superstructure underneath made out of something called air steel, and they
Very original name.
Yes, and they use that to control the altitude of the city. It's not a thing about the city that is like creating the storms and all of the air elementals. It is just the way it is with creatures that originate from the elemental plane of air that they...
I will actually expand on that for you as well. Mm-hmm. It is not only that, but it is the severity of the effect is exponentially proportionate to the amount of such creatures present.
Mm-hmm.
So, because you have a couple 100,000 storm giants here, that's why it is such an effect, and why you only notice the grass around Andrea being slightly greener every once in a while.
Yeah. So that set Estella down a rabbit hole of do all creatures from all planes sort of reshape the area around them to be more like that plane, including creatures in the prime material? I don't have a actual answer for that. Apparently this city is like basically a hippie colony.
Lol.
More or less. I mean, you could describe it that way. It's a bunch of storm giants that value nature more highly than other storm giants.
Yeah, and so they left Storm Giant Society to be in nature.
Man.
Let's see. Lycra did some research on the Shapers Guild. And I think Nibble's kind of already covered what she found. We also found that this city was never over the Copper Dragon Mountain. Nor was it over that fields where we talked to the farmers and they told us the story about giving a storm giant a big bottle of beer or big keg of beer. So it seems like there is a person or persons in the city that are at least occasionally off doing their own thing.
Just off somewhere being a cool dude, doing cool dude things.
Doing their own the exclave of the exclave. I don't know what else.
I think that mostly covers it. I believe we left off with you all having completed a long rest and being aware that you have a minimum of about a half day's travel and an appointment sometime today at the Shapers Guild.
Yeah, we got a boogie.
So I will leave it to you how to address that. But yeah, as perhaps slightly before dawn or just as the sun rises, what do you all wish to do?
Cafeteria open yet?
Oh yeah, it's 24/7.
I just want to say that I didn't have a chance to role play, but Winter was really eager, asking a lot of questions and taking a lot of notes, and was fascinating.
Winter was lugging books around for me.
And she was very happy about it.
Yep. I vote that we get one last free meal in the cafeteria and then head out at dawn.
Yeah, while you're doing that, actually, Quasta, go ahead and give me a insight for Winter. Okay. These books sure are heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so, early morning meal is had. Goodbyes are said. Was there anything that Liz wanted to say or do?
Uh, during lunch, Liz or breakfast, I guess. Liz says she has other things she needs to take care of and is going to skip the Shapers Guild and meet everybody back at our little village over here, or the little village.
Yeah, back in Belky.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Name of font very small.
Do you want to take someone with you for safety?
Be fine. Unlike all of you, I can fly away.
You make a fair point.
I did travel alone before I met all of you.
Just keep an eye out for any looky-loos.
And on that note, Liz looks out for one person only and sees if she's around.
Make a Well, I'll say you don't see her in the immediate area, but I'm sure with a quick investigation you will be able to locate her.
She was given room numbers.
Uh-huh.
You want an investigation?
Sure. Don't roll a natural one. There you go. Yeah, you actually meet her as she is leaving her room for the morning to go about her student routine.
Does Liz feel like she's in the way?
No. I mean, she greets you and is as warm as someone of her nature could be.
That little corner smile
Yeah.
to try and play it cool, but, you're still happy to see someone.
I think the most important question is, did you have toast in your mouth?
Yes.
All right.
And Adam says to Stella, I think it's customary to say something about the brown chicken and a cow.
Oh dear.
Only if you want to embarrass them.
Noted. I'll have it on my sleeve.
All right. So we are splitting the party.
Hmm.
Always split the party.
Do you need time to think about what you're going to get up to, Ty? Or
Yeah, a little bit.
okay. Let's start with the other 5 then. What's the plan?
We gotta book into the Shapers Guild.
It's a
Time to
long way
boogie.
home.
Okay. Is there anything you wish to do on the way there?
I don't think so.
I
Keep
mean,
an eye out for whoever was following us the day before.
we recompile whatever notes we took, so we are all in agreement of our theories while we walk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get perception checks from anybody who's keeping an eye out.
Please hold.
All right. Liker's not here. Okay. Yes. Ashish and Estella both spot him. Begin following you out of that same bush that he vanished into 2 nights ago. As you leave. Are y'all are still playing it cool, or you gonna?
I'm still playing it cool.
Is Ashish playing
No.
it cool?
I most certainly could be able to rush and grab him if you want to.
But why?
I don't know. Intimidation tactics?
Why don't we just let him do his thing? Because we know he's there, we can observe him.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that I want to. I'm just giving the possibility if you let me know when I have to do it, because I have learned that if I do it on my own, most probably I'm screwing some sort of evil plan Stella has.
Excuse me?
Cunning plan. Not necessarily evil.
Ah yes, sorry, my bad.
I just
Cunning,
think
and I
it's
do finger quotes at cunning.
I just think it's our advantage that they don't know how good we are at spotting things. or how capable we are at subduing people. Let
Or
them
turning him into
say.
ash.
Uh-huh.
Let me get a group deception check, please.
I'm trying very hard not to turn them to ash.
Yes, quite.
I thought my roll was going to be much lower because I don't have proficiency in that.
Well, those are fairly good. So you do not seem to let on that you are aware of his presence. So as you travel down the road, as we previously discussed, it is a single straight road with a fence on either side, so there's no risk of getting lost. However, you are in a hurry, so let's do constitution checks for everybody to see how well time you make.
Those straight up constitution rolls?
Yeah.
Wow, even with the amulet of health, I roll 7.
Oof. Okay, that's still a good average. So I will say that you all do make it back to center slightly before midday, so you are not in danger of missing your appointment.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, do you want to get anything done before you head there? Are you headed directly there? What's the plan?
Is there anything we want to do here?
Can we surreptitiously see, like, is this person still following us after we got into the city, or did they break off?
Yeah, once you enter the city, let's get more perception checks for people that are looking. Oh my god.
Oh, I am rolling fantastically, getting all the bad ones out of the way now.
Yep.
Yeah, this man has a plus 12 to stealth, and I have not rolled over a 10. Yes, he is still following you even once you are in the city.
I think I just kind of mutter under my breath as we're walking. We should just keep going. Just,
Mhm.
don't deviate from our plan. Just go to the Shapers Guild.
I do wonder what's our plan.
We're going to go talk to them and probe them for information. And we're also going to see if they have any information on maybe people who might have been disaffected with what the Shapers Guild is doing or was doing. They might have gone off on their own.
I think we should have a bit of a strategy going in. Lycra really wants to talk research. And so I think we should let her do that.
Mm-hmm. Which I assume is something that Nibbles and David will do separately.
Yeah, I'll cover the basics of what I know Liker wants to ask, but I will leave it open to David if he wants to ask any other questions as well.
I'll probably I will be involved in that side of it.
Yeah, I think us scholarly people would be involved in all that.
Well, I was gonna say while Lycra and I are talking research, perhaps you can
Poke around.
strike up a conversation about other matters.
I'm just wondering how best to phrase that initial conversation.
You're smart, you'll
we
figure
need
it
to.
out.
I think, given the information that we got yesterday, we need to think that there's a possibility that they're not involved and might be beneficial to let them know we think there's another thing.
No, I want to
And
keep that in our back pocket.
well, and they can give us information about it. I'm not saying let's just do it. I'm just saying I'm seeing it more and more as a possibility of something beneficial.
If they don't know that this is happening. They may be not terribly happy about one of their own using shaping technology to create Behir. I can't imagine they don't know something.
Well, I was probably going to start off as, talk to me about, like, artificially created animals for labor or scientific purposes, defense, etc.
I think that's, correct me if I'm wrong, DM, but I think that's the track that Lycra and I are going to be taking because that's the thing that Lycra is the most interested in.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Yeah, Lycra's plan was to go in there and display, one, just general curiosity, but then also try to get some advice or insight or anything about her transmogrify spell.
Maybe you could ask them, like, hey, how does one become a shaper and get into the Shapers Guild? Like, what's it like around here?
And what are the requirements you need to be a shaper?
Yeah.
Can somebody remind me, since I don't want you to miss something because David's not here, was Lycra the one that was using sending?
Yes.
Okay. At some point during the morning, Lycra would have sent to Namis and not received an answer.
Okay. Just a check-in?
Yes.
Okay.
Who's Namis again, sorry?
The leader of the Elven peoples.
So we sent a message to Nam. Okay, there's a couple things I missed out on the recap. So they communicate here via ravens instead of pigeons.
Yes.
One of the ideas we had last week was maybe we can go look at the Ravens Guild. If they use ravens for long distance communication, maybe whatever little exclave of giants that's causing trouble for the dragons, they might have communicated to the city via ravens. So maybe the Ravens Guild would know something. And we asked them to go check it out.
But yes, the idea with Namis was that he had his scouts looking into the Shapers Guild as well. And they were going to be returning home this morning. So this was a scheduled check-in that has been missed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's SpaghettiOs.
I will use telepathy to inform people that we are now being followed by 2 individuals.
They're both giant. They're both small.
Nope.
What was the second group or second person?
It's a storm giant.
Considering how good all your perceptions are and how terrible my rolls are, that's another 1. Yeah, just instead of perceptions this time, everybody give me insight. Okay. For Estella and Ashis, you both get very finger quotes not a cop vibes off of this person.
The storm, just to clarify, the storm giant?
Yes.
Definitely a cop.
Yeah, you're both thinking that this is some sort of undercover person who's trying to look like they're not undercover.
I'm wondering if we confront the human.
If we're gonna confront anybody, it should be the storm giant.
Because they're the most obvious?
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much we don't know. There's something.
I am more inclined to leave them than anything.
I'm thinking after, if they're still around after the Shapers Guild, that we confront one or both.
there is something brewing here. We're stumbling on, we're putting our noses in something that we don't know what it is.
Isn't that kind of par for the course for us?
That's
It's
kind of what we do.
it's accelerating, but currently we don't know a lot.
Well, hopefully we can go find some more information.
So before the little friend show up, I was thinking we don't have to get everything in one day. This is just an idea, but we could let Lycra had a quote unquote long term, just thinking a couple days of research, so we can slowly get a lay of the land around the Shapers Guild.
I think if we didn't have people telling us, that might be the play, but I get the feeling things might accelerate out of our hands sooner than later.
Mm.
Especially if the one person who we met who was more or less sympathetic to us and on our side is missing.
I think Lycra would possibly inquire if you want her to try checking in again.
Yes, please.
So just to be clear, she did it like in the middle of the morning, so maybe
Mhm.
while you were halfway here.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, she does receive a reply. Things are fine now. Police were sniffing around. They don't have anything.
Well, let's hope this is the kind of.
Hold on, I'm not done. I'm trying to keep it short because he understands 25 words. Information map available. Marked spot hidden door. Drawing waiting with ravens. So, just because that was awful to summarize for you, he has drawn a map, sent it to you via a raven, and the marked place is a hidden door.
Okay. I would just voice in. We're still like talking to each other telepathically for safety reasons, but I was gonna say I hope this is the kind of place where they need something in response to his "they have nothing" comment.
Hmm. Guess we'll find out.
We may want to split up if the appointment is going to take a while. Lycra and I can stay above, and everyone else can sneak below. Or maybe Andre and Ashish can sneak below.
I was say, have those two be the ones skulking about. I am not the greatest at that.
And I'm not the greatest scientist.
Okay, I think Ashish is good at everything.
He is.
Our Swiss Army Ashish.
All right. So where are you headed?
So when's this raven gonna get here?
The implication is that it was already waiting for you. We'll say that in case of mail, they arranged a pickup location in center for you.
Okay. So we gotta go pick up that.
Yeah.
Before anything else.
Make a quick detour and do that.
Okay. Yeah, so you arrive at a fairly tall building. It's cylindrical, and from what you can tell and how you understand these things work, you believe it has an open top. And in fact, it does when you walk inside. It is a gigantic eyrie, basically.
I don't know what that
And
means.
birdhouse.
Yeah.
And yeah, the place is full of ravens, and one clerk at a desk in the middle.
Oh, look, ravens.
As you get a sense of the scale of this place, you realize that these ravens are probably about waist height to you. They're very large.
They're storm giant
Ooh.
ravens.
Ease. I mean, ravens, even human-sized ravens, are big, and these are twice as big as those.
Would you say they're storm crows?
That is precisely the image that was in my head. The most powerful card in Magic. Yeah.
I guess I go up to the front desk and say, do you happen to have a message for Lycra Kato?
One moment, please. And the giant will rustle through some stuff. Yes, right here. He'll hand it over and present something for you to sign.
I'll get Lycra to sign for it because it's in her name.
Okay. Yes, Lycra will take care of that. And you now have a wax sealed scroll.
Does this person sound very bored?
Yes. He is quite ancient looking. He has glasses perched right on the end of his nose in the manner. Mostly gray hair with an occasional fleck of black in it.
Can I roll an insight to see if I think he would be open to some small talk, or if he is just like, yeah, get out of my sight.
Yeah, you can roll an insight.
Insight.
I mean, he doesn't seem hostile. He seems more bored than anything, honestly.
Okay. I don't know what to say. Storm Giant?
Hello
Yes.
there.
Hello. Sending or receiving?
Sending.
Destination. And he holds a pen ready to write.
Yourself.
Blink, blink.
I took out a bottle of. Let's see what I have here. My bottle of nice whiskey. I say, I know it's not too much for you, but I hope you enjoy it and cheer your day.
You're just offering the entire bottle to him?
Yeah, it's a giant. I think that bottle is not a lot.
Yeah, bottle to him is like a shot, isn't it?
Well, yeah, so this is like a standard 750 ml, so to him it's like the size of a 20-ounce beer bottle, basically. Okay, make a persuasion check with advantage.
Yeah.
He gives you a small smile and says, unfortunately, we can't send liquids by Raven, so I'll just tuck this away for safekeeping, and gives you a wink.
I'm sorry to hear those regulations. Thank you for your service. And I'll just go away.
Okay.
Just
As Andrea walks away, he looks a bit confused. I don't even think it takes a lot of insight to figure out that he thought he was getting bribed, but then she didn't ask him to do anything.
Estella kind of like leans on the desk for a second and She was just trying to be nice. You look like you've had a bad day.
Well, they don't call it going postal for nothing.
Quick question. Can you send ravens outside the city?
No, we don't have any from anywhere other than here.
Oh, none at all?
No, and he gestures, and you can see, like, he points out little signs, and you see a sign for, basically zip codes,
Uh-huh.
but you can associate each one with a section of the city.
Insight.
Sure.
I think he's probably telling the truth, but
Yeah, you get no sign of deception from him, and he's got, like, he actually shows you the map and, like, the numbers that match the numbers on the map and everything. And there's not a zone that is not in the city.
okay. This fella makes
Make a perception check.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
That's more like it.
There's a bunch of numbers here.
Yeah. This fella makes a show of being like a little bummed out and explains Andrea is actually from the Feywild. Her family lives up east, and I thought it would be nice to send them a message so they know she's doing okay.
Oh my god.
I'll let you keep rolling with that 23 insight.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't say anything, but you get the sense that he's very confused by your statement that her family lives to the east. He does, like, kind of a looks to the east, like there's nothing there.
Way.
He nods a little bit.
It'd be a big ask for a raven, now that I think about it. Oh well. Thanks for your time. Enjoy your little bit of whiskey.
He gives a wink and a nod and says, "Have a good day." You have introduced something interesting to this poor man's dreary life.
Mm-hmm.
When we get back in telepathic communication, which I guess we're still in technically, is that something you're holding up?
So, Estella and Liz can both communicate telepathically, and Lycra and Andrea have message, so we've just kind of been using that to play a little bit of telephone.
Yeah, I'm just sort of hand waving it that
Okay.
anything you want to keep just in your heads, you can.
Do you want me to memorize the map now or later? And I just kind of gesture at my sword.
Memorize it. Yeah.
Memorize it, and then we
Is
can have
there
it.
like an entrance, like a foyer that we can just sort of stand in for 30 seconds while Andarta memorizes the map?
Sure. Okay.
Stand there awkwardly.
You unroll the map. And, how am I going to do this?
Oh,
I guess I would just give you a brief look for now. And I will say the red X is the thing that's marked. So you get two separate sheets. The first one looks like this. And the second one looks like this.
Okay.
Alright.
Does it say what kind of building it is?
How do you mean?
Like, how do I know what building is it marking? Is a map of?
From context, you would know that this is the Shaper's Guild.
The Shepherd Guild is just one building.
Yeah, I assume it's a massive building.
I thought it was gonna be something bigger.
Like a campus?
Yeah.
Okay. So we wait awkwardly in the foyer as the sword scans the map.
It doesn't take any time. It's just
Okay.
see it once, good to go.
Okay. What do we do with this? Do we want to, like, destroy it?
That was my thought.
I need it. I don't have that kind of memory.
Let's give it to Ashis. Nobody can find Ashis.
Ashis, protect this with your life.
Make a perception check.
Everyone?
Nah, just Corwin.
Huh?
You just hold the piece of paper out and it vanishes.
Good job.
This now I think Corwin always think that Ashis is invisible.
I mean, he might as well be, honestly. What is his passive stealth? Like 25, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
Okay, we should not keep the Shaper's Guild waiting any longer.
Alrighty.
Are we all gonna go in together, or are Andrea and Ashis gonna peel off early?
I think it's only natural that we say hi, and while you do your thing, we will just explore because we're bored and we're not scientists.
That's fair.
Okay. So you arrive at the Shaper's Guild then?
Yes.
Okay. Let me mark a place where you are. Where's my Ashis token? Okay, so in the sort of middle on the bottom, you should all see an Ashis.
Mm-hmm.
Move him to scale there. So you enter through the front door. As you are entering, you see that you are entering on what appears to be the second floor of the entire structure. There's a tower to the right that goes down one level lower down a hill. And you walk up a small set of stairs and head in to the greeting lobby where you are met by a receptionist who...
I assume are the stairs a whole hazard?
They are non-trivial, but you can get up them. Basically, the stairs are just twice as high as you're used to. So you kind of have to step up, but you can still do it.
It's like doing 3 stairs at once.
The glutes are getting a workout.
Once you get to the top of the stairs, you realize that it may have been easier to walk up the ramp.
There's a ramp?
Listen.
Yes, this facility is fully ADA compliant, or whatever the Canadian equivalent is. Yes, so the receptionist greets you. Once you introduce yourselves, she will say, yes, we've been expecting you. Let me go retrieve your escort. So you are left alone in this lobby area for a brief moment if you wish to do anything.
Are there any, like, fancy engineered plants on show?
Yes, this entire area is full of potted plants of various kinds. I don't think there's anything obviously quote unquote useful about any of them just to the casual observer, but they're pretty.
Yeah, just a general lay of the land, like looking around. What interesting things can I see?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Not advantage.
Okay. Yeah, not a whole lot. You do see several storm giants passing to and fro. Most of them are dressed in lab attire, essentially these white coats over the rest of their clothing. None of them seem to pay any particular mind to you.
Are they? Do they have standards of like um, not allowing people inside certain areas or stuff like that?
You got the sense that the secretary is expecting you to stay in this general area, meaning the entire lobby area. How do I mark this?
I think question
So,
more
like,
be.
in this area.
I think the question would be. I see doors in the back end and the highway to the other side. Are there doors? Are they locked? Are there any guards?
There's no visible guards. There are doors. You don't know if they're locked or not.
Are they
They
labeled?
say, yeah, employees only.
Each door has the label that you see written. So each room is either numbered or labeled as a closet or something like that. You can all see the map, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I want to peek to the corner, like see if I see a giant go into any room. Do they have to unlock it, or are they just open?
Um. Yeah. So we'll say you look down this hallway here and you see one giant entering room 203 here.
Mm-hmm.
And he does appear to fiddle with something before opening the door, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Would the locks and handles be above our heads?
Probably about eye level, to be honest.
Okay.
Oh, my roll 20 is having issues. Give me one moment, please.
On an unrelated note, I'm a little bit scared of the bathrooms.
I guess we have already encountered something like that, like in RP.
Yes, most facilities, at least in official places like government buildings that you've been to, have had U-sized facilities as well.
Oh, that's good.
It seems like, regardless of maybe culturally how everything is, at least legally things are sort of accommodated.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they mingle in couples, giants and non-giants.
As you wonder that, the receptionist returns with a, even to your eyes, fairly youngish looking storm giant woman. She's dressed very tidily. Her hair is tied back carefully. She has black, kind of thick rimmed glasses on. And she approaches you and says, "Oh, greetings and welcome. My name is Tisanya, and I will be your escort here. Shall we begin with a tour of the facilities?
Sure.
Yes, please.
Okay. And she takes you around. Beginning here on the second floor, she'll take you into one or two of these numbered rooms. If you request more, she will accommodate. And in each one, you see basically a scientific lab. So there is in one room a giant, just absolutely go into town with this crank connected to a cogwheel, connected to something that's spinning insanely fast. You're not sure what that's about. In another one of these rooms, there are people using syringes, although I don't even know if you would know what those are. They're taking up liquids and moving liquids from this container to that container, and you know. In room 212, it's completely dark, and as you let your eyes adjust, you see that the wall is covered in leaves, and each of the leaves has a different glowing pattern on it in the darkness.
Do they have safety issues of cross contamination or something like that?
It's not that rigorous, but they do ask you not to touch anything that they don't say you can touch, basically.
Mm.
After she takes you around to each of these, what are basically labs, she will bring you over this direction. And standing in front of this door, we'll say, "Are you all comfortable with moving platforms, or would you prefer the stairs?"
Fine with it.
Okay.
Do we go by room 225 at all?
Yes, you do.
I'll just casually well, what are in these rooms down this corridor?
She shows you in this one as well. It is just another lab with. Let's see what would be in this one. You actually see a cabinet with condensation around it. Looks to be being kept cold, and a section that's kind of glassed off with a rolling door in the front of it.
Oh, what is that for?
Oh, she'll explain to you what a fume hood is.
What a what?
A fume hood.
What?
Basically, they do work in this area with any chemicals that could be dangerous to inhale. So if there is a spill of some kind, they can shut it real quick and let the fumes go out a chimney.
Mm.
Estella
I
is in her happy place.
I think curiosity gets the better of Andrea and Chesk. Uh, do you guys would have any uh job for someone who is immune to toxins?
Um,
Would that be appealing of this kind of research?
you can see on her face that she is very intrigued by that, and she says, "Oh, yes, that would be very handy for some of the work that we do here."
If we stay along, that might be fun.
Give me a moment. Okay, no. Liker does not have that spell, so never mind. Yeah, was there anything else you were wanting to check while you were in this area? Corwin remembers that the mark on the map was right here.
Nothing else.
Was it the
catches
closet or
our
was it room 225?
It was room 225.
No, it was. Sorry, give me a second. I will put it back right there.
Mm.
Oh, Okay. That is uncomfortably close to the entrance, but oh well.
Wasn't a mark in 225?
No.
Okay. There
Okay,
was
okay.
no mark in 225.
And this area outside is supposed to be gardens or something
Which area outside?
like this one.
You actually see as you're walking across this part right here.
Hmm.
It is a land bridge over just a walkway underneath. Basically like a sidewalk. There's a couple, like there's a lawn-ish kind of area, but nothing super fancy down there.
What do we see around here? Like if we get a closer look, like put a plan or what?
Uh, right now it looks like just a blank wall. Anybody that wants to have a closer look can give me, I will say, a perception with disadvantage unless you're doing something sneaky to get a better look.
I want to say that we distract everyone and let Ashish go ham on that corner.
Okay. What are you doing to distract everyone?
Just,
I'll
just
try to.
talk.
Yeah, I'll try to strike up a conversation about some of their techniques and whatnot.
Okay.
Distract them,
Yeah,
praise them, blah blah blah.
not super difficult to do. Give me any sort of charisma-based check that you would like with advantage, and it's like a 5. Can you even fail that?
No, I have a 10 to my persuasion.
Yeah. Okay. That will allow Ashish to make a stealth check and investigation or perception. Okay. Holy shit.
There's God. There's a God there. There's a God. You need to tell us.
Hold on. Let me get rid of this, and then do this.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you just have to push on this particular area of the wall, and then there will be a door. Freaking 32. What the hell? Okay. Yeah, so back to the elevator. She will guide you into this structure, and you will go up a level. As you exit,
Ah,
she will.
so sorry. Other question.
Mhm.
Is everything plant based, right? There's no animal research that we can see.
Nothing that you've seen so far, no.
Hmm.
Um, as you exit the elevator, she'll point down the hallway to your right and say, "Those are all just offices down there, but the real treat is across the bridge here." And she will take you into a gigantic greenhouse. It is very tall, vaulted ceiling. Everything here is made out of fairly thick glass. It is warm and noticeably. I guess it would be less humid than outside.
I wanna, as she says that and start giving us in that direction of the greenhouse. I give from my back. I point to Ashish to go into the offices. Like she doesn't want us to go there. Go there.
Okay. Does Ashish do so?
Sure.
Okay. We will get to that in a second. Pull that out. Yeah, so massive vaulted ceiling. There are full grown, like 30-foot tall trees in here. Right in the center, there is a segmented pond in probably about 9 different squares, each one having a different color of algae in it. There are various bushes and shrubs and potted plants and flowers. There is a bee house, and you do hear the sound of several birds up in the trees as well.
Mm.
I think Andrea is not the best for this kind of things, but she would still try it. How is the nature vibe in it? Is this part of of wildlife like vibing, or they feel gross, manipulated, or anything?
Um, are are you trying to ascertain from the bees and the birds or the plants?
I guess both, the whole ecosystem.
Okay. Give me a nature check. I'll let you have advantage on this since you are of the Feywild.
I'm trying not to like investigate and look if they are pale or something like that, but like even close my eyes and kind of feel the thing.
Okay.
You're doing the woo-woo thing.
The plants you're not too sure about. Given everything that's been discussed, you get the sense that there is purpose behind them being here. Um, the birds are chirping happily, seem to be making songs, and you know that a distressed bird like this would not be making these sort of songs. And from what you know of bees, as long as there's pollen to be had, they're not fussy.
Where they are.
Sorry?
They are fussy.
Oh, are they?
They have hair.
Fussy.
Oh, fuzzy.
Uh,
No, they don't. Yeah, like as long as there's pollen, they're happy.
Yeah.
And that makes sense that there would be pollinators inside a place that deals with a lot of plants.
mhm. I will take some time first to like look around at the plants and ask questions about the plants before I ask. So where'd you get the bees?
Okay. Yeah, she will. If you're willing to let her, she will take you through each individual species. She'll give you a brief description of its natural state, how they've changed it, for what purpose. And the bees they brought with them from the airplane.
Oh my god, are they giant bees?
They're not small.
Are they Japanese wasp-sized bees?
Boss is just noping out of
Yeah,
this
I'm trying not to be too descriptive here.
I'm trying to not get an image.
Yeah.
Nib, Quas, do you have an issue with all bees?
Yes, but like images, like just talking about it, I'm not having an issue right now.
Is it an adorable honeybee that we can ride?
No, they're not that big. They're still smaller than your hand.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm
good.
not there, but
And if you ask her about them, she'll say they're not at all aggressive. Just ignore them and you'll be fine.
And did the birds come from the airplane as well?
The birds moved in, and they haven't tried to get rid of them,
Oh,
and they just are here.
oh, that's quite happy.
It works out. They seem to mostly leave the bees alone, but if there are other insects in here, the birds will go after them a lot. So,
Well,
Yeah,
but that
interesting.
means that you
shrug.
have you have a happy ecosystem here. That means the thing is working.
Yeah. And as you're talking, you actually notice that one of the birds flies out. There's a small opening at the top, so it looks like they can come in and out at will. Meanwhile, Shees, what you getting up to?
Looking around.
Okay. I'll just say off the bat, all the doors in the hallway are locked. You do locate at the very end of the hallway stairs that seem to go down.
Hmm. She's gonna try to pick one of the locks.
Okay. Give me these tools. Yeah, without too much issue, you are at an advantage here because you can see inside the lock a lot easier than a U-sized lock. And you are able to pop it open. You open the door. We'll say randomly you're here. And looking inside, you see a modest desk covered in papers with a bookshelf to the right.
She will look around the room to see if there's anything of interest.
Okay. Make an investigation check, and do you speak giant?
No.
Okay.
Oh no.
Whoops.
Okay. You give a quick but thorough check around, and you don't see anything that's out of place. You're not able to read any of the papers, but they all seem to make sense as far as you can tell. For basically you think you're looking at the office of some sort of scientific researcher.
Checks out. Checks out.
Okay. Did you want to check out something else, or?
Um. How much can she see through the keyholes anyway?
They're not that antiquated. You can't actually see through them. You can just see into them.
A good idea, though.
As you're looking around, you hear footsteps coming out of one of the offices further down the hallway.
Ah.
So I guess from the direction of 381 over here.
Yeah, it's not very far down the hallway.
Just hide in a hallway. Glow.
I mean, she's just very good at hiding.
That's very true.
She's will hide.
Okay. You hiding in the hallway, or are you possibly diving back into the office, or what are you thinking?
Is there anything in the hallway that I can hide behind?
Not really. There is the occasional potted plant up against the wall, but it's not really large enough to accommodate even someone so small as yourself. So you could try.
I mean, my hair is green. I can pass as a potted plant.
Okay. Give me a stealth check. I am tempted to say that will be disadvantage, I think.
No.
Ooh, a 17.
What is this? Below
Isn't stealth?
20?
Yeah, isn't stealth a reliable talent?
It's apparently not.
It should be. I would
The
think.
second one didn't. The second one didn't count reliable talent.
Oh,
I rolled a 4 and then a 2.
Okay, so it should be still 20, right?
25.
25.
Yeah, 25 because anything
Jeez.
10 or lower is going to be 25.
Okay. Yeah. So, thinking quickly, you face the wall, put your hood down, so that your green hair is exposed, and just don't move. And they just walk right on by. Get to the elevator, wait for a moment, get inside, and then are gone. It was two giants, both male, in a lab coat type situation.
Wait, they got into the elevator
Yep.
and they come from the stairs.
No, they came out of this office.
Ah, okay.
Ashes is a plant. All right.
What is Ashish?
You gonna keep having a look around or rejoin the group?
I'm gonna go look at the room that they came out of.
Okay. It is also locked.
I'll unlock it.
Let's see here. Is that also a reliable talent for you?
I think it counts as a reliable talent. I'm not sure. I mean, I have proficiency in it, so.
Okay. Just go ahead and roll. I don't think you can fail, but just in case. Jesus. This lock seems to be partially sentient and actually just opens itself before you get there.
Huh.
You hear a click and all the doors unlock.
Yeah, similar situation. Another desk, 2 bookshelves this time. I'll just let you keep using that 28 investigation. You don't see anything that makes you suspicious. There is a plant in here that, after a minute or two of being around it, your nose starts to get a little itchy. It's kind of weird.
Huh. It makes notes of things and then leaves.
Okay. And you're rejoining the group or doing more exploring?
You said the stairs go up or down?
Down.
Okay.
We came from the elevator, right?
Correct.
Might as well glance around the stairs and stuff, see if there's anything interesting.
Okay. Yeah, looking down the stairs, you can kind of look between the railing in that open spot and see down and notice that there are 2 floors below you, and then you see light that makes you think there is a door to the outside right here on the first floor.
Wait, is this stairs? Is this just a 2-floor, right?
So the floor that you're on, and then 2 levels below you.
Oh, there are 2 levels that we haven't explored.
Yes. Well, 1 now.
Oh.
1. Would that level be the bottom level or a middle level?
The bottom level.
Okay.
And that makes sense. When you were coming in, you saw that walkway sloping down a hill to the right, so that the bottom of this tower section was exposed, but the part that you're on, you entered on the second level. The main section to the left here.
Okay.
Hold on, let me see if I can locate a picture that will assist your memory, your imagination a little bit. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Anything else?
Nah, he'll keep all that in mind to relate to the others.
Alrighty. So Ashish heads back to join up with the group, and we will switch over to Liz. What is Liz getting up to?
I think Liz is, for the most part, just staying close to her new friend, seeing how her school day goes.
Okay, maybe auditing classes with her.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Yeah, nothing too interesting. You actually see the professor that you met yesterday again, as she attends history class. And then she has mostly free time for the rest of the afternoon. Um, were you mostly just being social, or was there some information that you wanted to get?
I mean, I think Liz is doing her best to get information, but also just getting distracted in the moment.
That's fair.
Are the classes taught in common, or?
We will say that yes, the history class does happen to be taught in common, just because this professor's giant isn't great. So you got lucky.
Liz has tongues.
That's true. Yeah, this one's still in common. Aha. Okay, so nothing particular you're up to, just being social.
For the most part, I think probably not too late into the day. Like, probably even before the others have their meeting with the guild. Liz already says her goodbyes,
Okay.
and take flight and heads back. Probably as a giant bird because she's not allowed traveling as a dragon here.
Yeah, let's
Um,
say that if you didn't have it before, you have the shape of a giant crow now. Just for stats, you can use giant eagle, basically.
I mean, stats have always been kind of meaningless. It's just a travel form.
Yeah, I don't know what the speed of the giant eagle is, but that's the only
Before
one.
Liz does take her leave, she kind of asks her um, about giants and um, dragons. See if she can get any feelings about this.
Okay. Yeah, she'll explain briefly that it is an old superstition. It's not really the right word, but it's there is.
Old biases that really have no basis in modern society.
Yeah, and you can tell that she's very dismissive of it and does not share in those biases at all. But yeah, she will acknowledge that there are certain parts of giant culture that view dragons as other and anathema, basically.
Liz asks if she's ever met a dragon.
No, I've never left the city, and if there are any dragons here, they certainly wouldn't announce themselves. Um, she also gives you the impression that they at least think that these ancient prejudices are reciprocated. Whether or not they actually are is uncertain.
Does Liz have any feelings about whether they are reciprocated?
Give me a history check. Other than the comments of upsetness that you have heard the copper dragons make, not really. Not that you're aware of.
Liz lets her know that in her travels, she's met some dragons, and they never seem to, other than a little annoyance when they've had direct dealings without giants, so the feelings were not reciprocated. But she also asks if he wants to travel and see outside the city, or if she's happy here.
You get the sense that she is. She certainly wouldn't use the word happy, but maybe content in the city, although is interested in traveling. She's also interested, though, if you will talk about the dragons at all, to ask you about them. You know, what are they like? What do they do? Did they try to eat you? And then she's kind of like, oh, that's probably an insensitive question. That kind of stuff.
Liz will share meeting the story of meeting the gem dragon.
Ah, okay.
And we're not going to go into any details about that, okay? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think she rolled high enough to know what questions to ask there anyway.
Liz might share details. I don't have details to share.
Let me message you a thing. Yeah, I guess that's it. Okay. Yeah. So you said about midday would be when you take your leave,
Yeah.
and you are flying directly back to center, or were you gonna do something else first?
Not center. The town with the
Oh, all the way
short
back.
people.
Okay. While you are flying, just make a perception check for me. It's pretty good. From your vantage point in the air, you are able to get a better look at some of these estates. And one thing that you note is that some of them have their own personal raven towers. And as Liz makes her way across the sky, let's take a quick 5 minute.
Okay.
Me.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Waiting for tea to heat up.
Nope, I have sparkling cherry water and popcorn. I had tea at the start of D&D.
So you have tea in the middle and tea at the end.
Definitely not tea at the end. I'd be up until 2 in the morning. Which I guess is not so bad since tomorrow's a holiday, but...
I need to find out if I can deliver my load tomorrow or not. Technically says it's for Tuesday, but I'm currently 5 hours away from delivering it, and I still have 4 hours left to drive today.
Wow. Parts of Ontario can see up to 20 centimeters of snow this week.
Nope. Nope. You didn't say that.
Parts of Ontario includes Northern Ontario.
Possibly reaching between 2 and 6 centimeters in areas like Algonquin Park, Sundridge, and Huntsville.
Okay, that's Northern Ontario.
Okay, I have returned.
And we're just supposed to get rained on.
It is rainy season.
Mm-hmm.
This is getting to the point where I love the weather because I don't have to run the heater or the air conditioner.
Yeah.
I just have the heat set to be like 15 degrees, keep the house at like 15 Celsius at night.
Yeah, I actually turned my air conditioner off today.
I got a text from the landlord this morning. We're gonna turn on the heat if that's okay with you. I'm like, yeah. It's getting cold.
I have to go get a new propane tank. One of the ones that came with my campers does not want to refill. And it's like I can put the warranty work in for it, or I can just pay the $100 and replace it and not deal with any of that shit.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Why is this with these cats that they each that have their bowl of food and they like to eat each other's foods?
Welcome to owning multiple cats.
Mora eats the adult food. Sansa eats the kitty food.
Because they like the food that isn't their food.
Yeah, what's better than my food? Someone else's food.
Mm-hmm.
That this way I'm never gonna get Sansa on shape.
It's also sometimes a dominance thing.
Hmm?
Is it
Maybe.
is it
No,
Sansa
I don't.
stealing the new cat's food?
No, it's not stealing. Like she doesn't have any problem with Mora eating any food. It's just I like to eat this one.
They're switching bowls.
Yep.
I have applied for so many jobs in the past 2 weeks. My eyes are blurring because of it.
Yeah.
Oof.
Searching for a job is exhausting.
Yeah, looking at especially since I'm kind of limiting myself to work from home.
Mm.
But there's a lot of that in my skill class, and I'm hoping I have an interview with CAA on Wednesday.
Hmm.
And it wasn't for the job I originally applied for, but it's for another one, and they also have an overnight shift one, which is 11 to 7.
I mean, that sounds like hell to me, but
I normally go to
sounds-
bed around 6 a.m.
Yeah, that sounds great to me.
Our normal work day finish at like 6:30, so it doesn't sound that bad for me.
Like, if I had to pick two shifts to pick from to work, it would either be like 7 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Mhm.
or 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. I refuse to do permanent afternoons ever again. That afternoons is absolutely soul crushing.
Yeah, I can see that.
My first real job was like when I was working full time, and it wasn't just for the summer. Was 7 p.m. till 4 a.m., which I hated. I would have rather just gone an extra 3 hours so I could finish work, go grab groceries, then go to bed.
Mhm.
That 4 hours period where I couldn't do anything just kind of sucked.
Yeah, that's
Like-
4 a.m. is a weird time.
Like that's the thing for me when I'm thinking like 11 to 7 a.m. It's like go to bed immediately after work, wake up, have breakfast, watch stream D&D on D&D days.
You don't have to get up to an alarm.
Don't have to get up to an alarm. You know, the earliest I probably would get up would be like stream start time at like 2 or 3 p.m.
The thing,
I still need an alarm.
yeah, and the thing for me at least is that it's nice to not have to wake up late, but that kind of shift that I've been done that some long ago kind of kills my social life because I tend to do my social life after work. Well,
I don't have a social life.
Yeah,
in asterisk because 7 p.m. is kind of still early for me. It's a normal day for me that I work normally for 8:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. p.m.
Yeah, I had a summer job working at a resort from like 4 till 11. I was the closer. And I really liked the hours, except that I had no social life.
Yeah, I know, right?
See, that's the thing. Even working nights, you can still technically have a social life, especially on your days off.
All right.
The other thing that really killed my social life was not having a normal weekend, like having 3 days like spread unevenly. That kills it.
Yeah.
So my first truck driving job, I was the night driver for a team. I'd go home, like when I wasn't out on the road, I'd go visit family, and they would be like, "Why are you sleeping all day?" I'm like, "Because if I screw up my sleep schedule, I'm done for."
Yeah.
They just couldn't get it. They, in their brain, I could just swap back and forth. It's like, no, I need a sleep schedule.
Everyone back, by the way?
I think so.
Are we ready to restart?
We have a Mao. And we do not have a David, right? Right.
Correct. Okay. So, as Ashish has always been standing behind the rest of you, Sonia finishes her tour of the green yard, finishes answering all your questions, and then will say, well, that concludes the tour. If you'd like to follow me to my office, I can answer any questions that you may have. I know, and she looks at Liker, there was some specific research material that you wanted to discuss. And she will take you back to the elevator.
I'll give Andrea a knowing look.
I just veered off at some point with Ashish.
Okay. Give me stealth checks, both of you. And the rest of you, she will take down to the first floor. And she will open her office 187 there. Pretty good.
I only have a +6.
Only.
I'm not proficient in it.
Well, here, let me use someone other than Ashish, since the two of you are off doing things. Who's next on the list? Estella. So it is Estella, Lycra, and Corwin in the office with Tisanya, and Andrea and Ashish off on adventures. This will be the time that Lycra will ask about all her stuff, and I will handle that with David. But is there anything else the two of you wanted to discuss?
I mean, I do. You go first.
I wanted to bring up the subject of, in the same vein as we as a society domesticate animals and change them for our uses. Is there a reason that you've only focused on plants and not animals? I'm trying to ask that in an innocent, foreigner way.
Yeah. Oh well, we have discovered that targeted modification of animals is difficult to impossible using our normal methods. The few times we have attempted it, it produced results that we found to be cruel. And other methods have been found using magic, but unfortunately, such abilities are relatively rare, and so we have not spent a lot of time pursuing such avenues.
Do I get the feeling they're being honest about it, or
Give an insight check.
Hmm.
Yeah, you don't sense any duplicity.
and just rounding back to the how did you word it, Nipples? Like complications or issues or something?
Yeah, basically, give me 10 insight. Even with a 10 insight, you get the sense that basically what she's saying is making a mistake when you're modifying a plant and producing an unwanted mutation is, you just incinerate it and move on. When it's an animal or a humanoid, there's a lot more ethical problems with that.
Hmm.
And you sensed a little bit of, not necessarily targeted revulsion, but like the idea of that doesn't sit well with her.
And forgive me for asking. Is it? I hope this isn't a taboo subject in your society.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to follow that up with another question.
No. I'm basically trying to probe her and figure out if it is indeed a taboo subject. And
She waves her hand and says, no, it's certainly not taboo, just something that we have learned better than to mess with.
I'm not sure how to proceed with this line of questioning. Then
You mentioned that magic is relatively rare, but perhaps not unheard of. Do your people have a history of using magic in shaping?
Certainly not in recent history. There have been a handful of sorcerers that have, I don't know what word she would use, I guess, revealed themselves over the history of the city, but none of them have ever taken a particular interest in shaping. They usually go into politics or something like that.
Can I have like the gist of what Lycra talks about?
It's honestly a lot of the same stuff that's discussed when Corwin brings that up. She is essentially looking for ideas and suggestions that can help with creating her new body, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Tisanya politely listens, but is utterly clueless when it comes to any of this. And she says really that this looks more like a magic thing than anything based in a pure biological science.
Yes.
Or she would suggest perhaps even something that might require an artistic involvement to make, an accurate simulacrum.
Do you have any recommendations on where we could go?
For which of those two things?
Somebody who might be able to help Lycra.
Well, yeah, but for something from the artistic side or something from the magic side?
Either.
She is not aware of any sorcerers in the city that have publicly announced themselves. As far as if you were looking to hire a sculptor, you could visit the Sculptors Guild in on the hill. There would certainly be no shortages of artists of any type that you would want to speak to.
Okay.
Anything else that two of you can think of?
I'm thinking.
Do they have any literature on non-plant-based sculpting that might be useful for Lycra? Air quotes Lycra.
She can offer you the ability to look over the notes of the original attempts that were made many hundreds of years ago. She can't let you take them with you, but I suspect that won't be a problem for you.
Of course not.
Give me a investigation check. Yeah. Flipping through them, it's a lot of stuff that you surface level understand, but the details of it are like reading a scientific paper. But the basic gist you get of it is that much like she explained to you, it's kind of trial and error, and anytime you make an error and cause a random mutation in an animal or a humanoid, the results can be not great. Think Full Metal Alchemist dog child hybrid stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's there's not a lot of it, and it was shut down very quickly because the ethical concerns were immediately raised, and they decided, let's just stick to plants because that's better.
Is it like when humans first started doing science and medicine and experimenting, we did some pretty heinous shit. Is it like these people just have a really strong sense of ethics, or was it just like did a particular event happen that was like so over the top heinous that people couldn't justify it? Are there mentions of people who maybe disagreed with this, who thought, no, like this is the price of progress kind of stuff?
You give me an insight check. So, what you do notice is that most of this stuff comes from one researcher. So there's like a team, but this is all written from the perspective of the lead researcher. And that researcher was the person that made the decision to shut the whole thing down. And I think that's all you get with the 13.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any names that crop up in the research that are repeated, or?
Yes, the names of the research team. I don't know what they are.
Okay. I was wondering if something might have just stood out to me.
No, and from the context here and what Tisania is telling you, this is several hundreds of years old to the point where you can put it together. It happened fairly soon after the founding of the city.
Is there any of the research that reminds me of the Behir or anything like that?
No, in the materials that she gives you, nothing even approaching that size. It was all small mammalian creatures.
It's like nieces and whatnot.
Wow.
To be clear, there was never actually any experimentation on sentient humanoids, but they extrapolated that it would be equally as horrible.
How long do storm giants live, typically?
I think it's pretty similar to humans, like, say, around 100 years.
I was going to say, they're either humans or they're elves. I can't remember which.
And Darda is scanning all of the documents, yeah?
Oh, yeah. That I assume Nibbles just understands that's always going to happen.
Okay. Just make sure that Darda gets the names of the research team.
Oh, yeah, she has those.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, the work that you do here is absolutely fascinating. I wish I could have more time to poke around. Plants are not exactly my forte, but
Well, I think we're pretty close to our limit of time today, but if you'd like to return tomorrow, we could certainly arrange that.
I think we'll just see what our sort of timetable is, but I think we would love to sit down again at some point and discuss it,
Yeah,
whether that's tomorrow or some
absolutely.
point in the future.
Okay. Yeah, she'll put all that together, and as she is escorting you to the door, you see that she looks around slightly confused and opens her mouth to say something. At which point, we'll jump over to Ashish and Andrea. What are you getting up to? Let's see, I believe we left you here. So do the two of you take the elevator down to the first floor with them, or do you stay on the third floor?
I wanted to check on the stairs.
Okay. So you stay on the third floor and head down to the stairs area. They are stairs.
Just a quick look, like nothing interesting in these offices, right?
So as you're walking down the hall, just looking at the doorknobs, all of them but two are locked. You see 382 and 381 are not locked.
.382 is not locked.
Yes.
Is
This
that where?
one and this one.
They're both that Ashish went.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going down the stairs. Where
Okay.
is she?
The two of you head down to the second floor, and you end up right here.
And the other group ended up here too.
You don't know. Actually, I think no, I don't think you know.
Is there another floor on the stairs?
Yes, these stairs also go down.
I want to go down.
Okay, you end up right here. Both you and Ashish make me, I guess, general dexterity checks, or maybe acrobatics. And also perceptions. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. You make it down the stairs pretty quickly, and you hear Titania and Estella and Corwin and Lycra in the hallway, and they enter one of these offices. You're not sure. Well, you could probably also peek around the corner and see that they go into 187.
But in this floor?
Yes, in this floor.
Oh.
Whoops. On this floor. Damn it.
Yeah, we saw that already.
Listen.
I guess we just have to go back and see the secret door. Does she have any opinion on it?
I'm not sure.
Let's go and try to get into the secret thingy.
Okay. So you make your way back to the second floor, back across the little bridge here. And you poke your heads into the lobby. There is right now just the receptionist sitting at the front desk here, facing away from you. So she doesn't immediately notice you. And right now, there are no other giants in the area.
Good.
Okay. I assume you want to make some stealth checks? Or are you just walking right over there?
We can just walk over there, but I don't know how loudly. It depends on the roll. Silently.
Yep, that's pretty quiet. Okay. Yeah, so I assume you show Andrea where the door is?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, I think you pretty quietly pop into it, and you see a very narrow set of fairly rickety looking stairs headed down.
How disused do they look?
They don't necessarily look disused, but they're not. Best word I can say is official, but that doesn't make it like you know what I mean. They don't look.
Yeah, I know what I mean.
Yeah. So they're not covered in dust or anything, but they're not up to code, shall we say?
Going down and saying to she's let's be careful about any traps, maybe.
Okay. As you head down the stairs, let me get investigation checks.
Not the smartest tool in the shed.
And one from Ashish as well, please.
I missed it. What am I rolling?
Investigation. All right. So Andrea's going down first, and you spot right as her foot is about to hit a stair floorboard that is loose. You spot that, and you grab her shoulder, and she's able to address it in such a way that it does not make a sound. And you enter a large area that is absolutely stacked to the ceiling with boxes. Various crates and little wooden chests and barrels. The only thing you see that isn't in boxes is on the far wall. 5 tall glass tubes that are just empty.
Is there any other door around?
Make a perception check.
I'm thinking like they have to have another way to get in and out those boxes.
Looking around, you don't see any other obvious exit. No.
Are mm, I'm gonna say out loud to she's. Are those tubes like teleporty thingies? Maybe can are they big enough to a giant be inside of it?
No, they are slightly larger. Like you could fit inside one with a little bit of room, but the giants couldn't.
And these stairs are for humanoid size.
No, they're giant size.
Mm. Okay, so let's look around. Let's say to she's.
Looky, looky.
Okay. So you're gonna look like in stuff and move around and everything.
Yeah, like see if there are any papers that I can snitch, how dusty everything is, if everything is packed or is there is sign of any, I don't know, fight or movement or something. Uh, is there anything in the box like bottles or I don't know, tissue or stuff?
Okay.
This is only paper or what?
You can each give me investigations, or if one of you wants to roll with advantage, you can do that.
I can give a she's advantage. She's
Meh.
investigation with advantage.
Holy shit. Okay. So first thing you notice is that there are no people down here right now, of tall or short variety. These boxes are stacked up in an orderly method. There is no dust anywhere. Peeking inside the various boxes, you see one with a bunch of different glassware. You see one with a bunch of books and papers. You see another one with a bunch of books. This one looks like the books themselves are more handwritten, except for one, which is weird. There's no writing in it. It's just kind of weird drawings. Inside some of the crates, there's larger pieces of equipment that you can't really discern the meaning of. It looks kind of similar to a lot of the equipment you saw in the rooms above. Having a look around, sometimes when you brush up against a box, you hear the things inside of it settling. And just the general feel of the area, you think that this was fairly recently all packed up into boxes for some reason.
This is new. Newly stored.
Yes. Give me an insight.
Any okay. Well, I'll give you an insight. Any paper that I cannot read but looks like obviously like a manifesto or something of this stuff.
So none of it you can read. Most of the
No,
papers.
I'm planning on like these look like a list of things. I'm gonna grab it and give it to the rest later.
No, nothing really like that. Most of the papers, if you had to guess, you would say are maybe like receipts. The written books do kind of catch your eye. Like these look like journals of some kind would be your best guess.
Okay, journals are good. Okay, but they're for giants.
Yeah, they're fairly large, and there's a box full of like, I don't know, 40 of them. And
Jesus.
that's the same box that has the book with the weird pictures in it.
I assume I have some notes, some paper to note things. I'm gonna sketch quickly the weird the weird drawings,
Okay.
the weird symbols. Like I guess I can do it fairly simple. And I said to she's I don't know. Let's grab one each. The one that seems more interesting.
Okay. So you just
There,
grabbing a random one, or
there's no any window, right?
no outside light in here. It's lit from whatever lights the rest of this place. Probably plants, honestly. There's plants across the ceiling that give off light.
How hard are these books to move? Are they very
I mean,
hard?
you can carry one with. You could probably carry 3 or 4 without an issue, but not surreptitiously. They are oversized for you. So if you wanted to take any and have a chance at hiding the fact that you have them, you probably could only take one.
How are the facilities behind the building, like in the backyard, so to speak, as I remember?
Um, you only briefly caught a glimpse of the back of the building from the stairwell. So at the very back of the building, the hill only comes up like halfway at the level that you think you're in right now, and it was mostly just the back of a building. There wasn't anything special about it. There might have been like a dumpster back there or something.
Okay. I
In
say to
fact,
she's
if you look at the picture I put in Discord, you can see the back of the building.
mm? Oh yeah. Wait, this is the back of the building.
Yes, that is the back of the building.
So there is a street and such.
No, that's just real life.
Okay, okay.
I mean, yeah, there's probably some kind of alleyway back there.
I say to she's okay. We can either this is my plan. We can either go with one each and hope that we are not seen with it. Otherwise, I could teleport. Let me see. Let me read my abilities. Oh no, there needs to be a space that I can see. God damn it. Frog, any ideas?
Mm, unsure.
Let's grab one of each of these journals, and hopefully the more important ones, and we can work from that.
Okay.
Because we can. Did you say that we can um, hide kind of maybe one of them, right?
Yeah, if you're gonna have any shot, it's gonna be just with one of them.
Are the numbers of giant language same as ours?
Yeah, we'll say yes.
Are
There's
are they
hmm.
numbered?
Yeah, you do see like not the outsides. Like if you open the inside of the cover, they are numbered. Um, it seems to be kind of random. You don't see any numbers higher than 30, and like the first one you pick up is like 15, and then the next one is 7, and then the next one is 28, and then the one after that is 15 again. That kind of thing.
Oh, they're repeating.
Yeah, there are some repeats.
Oh, jeez. God damn it.
Make an insight check. Or actually, well, okay. Is insight intelligence?
No,
Wisdom.
it's wisdom.
How different is your intelligence from your wisdom?
Same.
Okay, so we'll say that was an intelligence check, not insight, and you don't get anything for 6.
Uh, let's grab the most worn one, and if we can, let's just grab two random ones. I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say you grab what looks like the oldest and the newest. How about that?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. You have achieved 2 books with
Anything else?
handwritten notes in them.
Anything else that I can see that I can grab quickly, like a piece of paper or a bottle or something?
Um, Nothing that really catches your eye. You could, if you wanted, the book that has the weird pictures in it is smaller. So, if you wanted to take that instead of the bigger ones, you could definitely conceal that. But that's up to you. Other than that, no, it really just looks like one of the rooms from upstairs, but packed up. Nothing that jumps
Wait,
out
can
at
I
you.
can I can I make some sort of intelligence rolls to see if these weird symbols are like a circle of magic that Liz uses for teleport?
Oh, you can make an Arcana check.
Uh, that's-
Yeah, it's not. Maybe you don't really know.
They're gonna get greedy and just grab a bunch of the receipts. I know
Okay.
they're not gonna say anything most valuable, but at least they're gonna give us, I don't know, names or words of what are these things.
Yeah, those you can just roll up and tuck away in your pack. You don't
I'm gonna tuck those away
do
on
that.
my pack. The book of symbols is smaller. Can I put it inside a backpack?
I think you probably still have to carry it. So, if you're taking it and the other journal, I would say at that point you're probably rolling stealth with disadvantage.
I give the two books to she's. I trust in you. And I go with one.
Okay. All right. So armed with 3 books and a bunch of papers, anything else you want to grab? Any glassware or anything
That's
like
where
that?
it's clean, right? There's no bottle of things.
Yeah, everything is empty. Let's see. You had a 30. As you are finishing up, you do notice one of the dark back corners of the room. There is a scorch mark on the floor, like something was burned there.
Hmm.
It is fairly large. I'd say 2 to 3 meters in diameter circle.
It burned important stuff or something. Oh.
Make. Jeez, I don't even know what kind of check this would be.
Straight intelligence, like we sit like a minute with as she's trying to ponder.
Nah, give me a second here.
Survival to see any clues on things.
You know what? That is a great idea. Give me a survival check.
Will we both roll?
Both of you.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my God!
I don't think unless I roll well, I don't think mine's gonna be much better. Nope.
Nah.
Ah.
It smells funny. That's about all you get.
Sure is scorched.
Yep.
Yeah, scorch. I put my finger in it and then I lick it in. Yep, taste like carbon. I know nothing about this.
Okay,
We actually rolled the same number.
That's another survival check if you actually lick it.
Really? Okay.
Is that survival or constitution?
Oh my God!
With advantage because you're putting it in your mouth. Come on, roll something. There you go. You would be very poisoned right now if you were not immune to poison. This is organic in nature and not good for you.
They burn something very dangerous. But the fumes on this thing would be awful.
Yes, that is what I was getting at, because you were both immune to poison, so I couldn't just be like, you're poisoned now.
Right, we're both immune to poison. This room could be filled with gas and we wouldn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I say let's go back and maybe the smart ones can have a lot of crack at it.
All right. So where are you headed towards?
That ray of 6 and 7s. Jesus. So did you say? Could you the communication like in the lobby? There is a highway between the two buildings. Is that a bridge?
Yes. So if you again look at the picture, you see that glass part down the sidewalk, like right in the middle.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a raised. The second and third floor both have bridges that go over that sidewalk. The first floor does not.
Is it with glass? Can we jump off of it?
It is enclosed, yes. So you could break the glass and jump out.
No, I'm gonna say to Trishis, help me get there, and when we get there, I can see outside and teleport outside with the books.
She'll do his best to help.
Okay. So you are sneaking to the top of the stairs and peeking out, I assume. Give me stealth checks. She says at disadvantage.
Yep, that sure is a she's disadvantage.
No.
Yep.
Okay. So as you are headed back up the stairs, the floorboard this time you don't avoid, and there's a very loud squeaking sound that echoes up and down the stairs.
I freeze.
Okay.
Oh no.
You hear some footsteps above you. And then you hear a door open.
Wait.
I'm waiting.
Wait. There is absolutely no way of hiding in these small stairs,
Not really, no.
and I cannot see outside.
You cannot. I'll say at this point, you have heard a door open, but the door in front of you has not opened.
I'm gonna grab a cheese and let's go back. So if they're catching us in the big room, and I'm gonna try to stealth, but I know I'm the worst at it. So I'm putting myself in a position that if they catch me and I will start talking, um, she's gonna sneak behind whoever it's there.
Okay, so both of you are going back down to the bottom of the stairs. Ashish is hiding, and you're just standing out in the open.
No, I'm trying to hide as well, but
Okay.
uh, far away from Ashish.
All right.
And I give her,
So
and I give him the other book.
we will leave that there for the moment and head back
No.
to Estella and Corwin, Lycra. As Sasanya is standing up basically to show you out, you see her look around and say, "Weren't there more of you?"
They're not really academics. They may have gone outside to get a breath of fresh air. They probably would have found it fairly boring.
Remind. I will leave it up to your honesty whether or not you know what they're doing to roll me a deception or a persuasion. Because I think it was Estella that told them to go, right?
I mean, that's the question. Is both, regardless of who said it, both Estelle and Corwin are intelligent enough to realize that they're gonna get into some shenaniganry.
Okay, it's probably deception then. Beats it. Okay. She seems to accept this and says, "Oh well, we'll hopefully find them on the way out." And she begins to take you back towards the front door, into the elevator, up to the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
It's not there.
If do we get to the foyer without seeing them?
Yeah, you get to the foyer and you see, the. Give me a perception, actually. Okay. Secretary is not at her desk. The door that you assume is there, you don't see. So it's closed, basically. And the door to this closet is open.
I'm gonna just say before we go, I need to use the ladies' room.
Okay.
I will probably catch up on where Estelle's looking, and I'll just try to engage the tour guide in another animated conversation about science.
While Lycra does something about it. Damn it.
Would you like to say that Lycra said she has to go to the restroom while you do something about it?
I mean, no, her stats are better for this kind of thing, but that's fine.
Okay.
I just realized it's a secret tunnel.
Okay, so Estella heads down the hallway towards the restroom. And as Corwin and Lycra are standing there trying to figure out what the hell to do, you see the secretary comes back out of the closet, shuts the door, walks back over to her desk. Secretary, I should say receptionist. I will let you make suggestions for what Lycra does, as I don't think I should do that.
Sending.
Okay, yes. Andrea, you get a message from Lycra. Where you at? What's up?
We're in the lobby.
No. Andrea gets a message from Lycra. Oh, you're saying Lycra says we're in the lobby.
Ideally.
Yes, that's fine.
We're in the secret place, trying to get out, but we got hurt. We're hiding. Distraction, please.
Okay. Ooh. So as Lycra will message that to both Corwin and Estella, so basically everybody knows what's going on at this point.
Distraction. A large dog appears and starts running around, panting and barking.
That's distracting.
Sure is. How does that work? Are you able to do that without it being obvious it's you?
There's no... It's not a spell, so I'm not, somatically or verbally. It's just, a mental command.
Okay, so we'll say he has been around the whole time, but invisible.
Invisible-ish, yeah.
And you place him on the map where he becomes visible, please. And then make an intimidation check for him.
So cute to watch a small cat playing, jumping around.
Why is that? Why is intimidation charisma?
Why?
For the dog.
Oof.
Yeah, he's not... Can we just say he's just being a dog and just not trying to be intimidating? He's just being a dumbass.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a very obvious crash bang boom down the hallway, and you hear an exasperated exclamation from the receptionist again as she gets up and walks down the hallway. What do you do?
I look at the other the giantess with us and say, "What was that? What if she needs help?" Or we should see what that is.
Yeah, give me more deception. You need a 9 or higher. Jesus. Yeah, the two of you take off down the hallway.
And I
she's
just look
right
back at
behind you.
Lycra with the look in my eyes and like, tell them to get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, and as you're moving, Lycra sends message, this time not sending, to Andrea. The coast is clear.
Okay, going. Gotta grab back the book from Ashish if I find him, and go with him out, outside.
Okay, so the distraction will give you advantage. So Ashish make a stealth just normal, and Andrea make it at advantage. Much better. You are now in the lobby with the door to the secret tunnel closed. What do the two of you do?
Just go outside.
Okay, so can you take Ashish with you, or are you taking the books and teleporting just by yourself?
I'm taking the books and going by myself.
Okay. So Andrea, you end up
20 feet in the direction that I feel there's less people.
so yeah, we'll say you get onto the bridge. Make a perception check.
I said 30 feet, right? No advantage.
Okay, 27. So you go this way back towards the alley, as it is darker, and there, the front of the building is like a main street. So you're back there. Shees, what do you do?
Oh. Probably stealthily meander to where the others are.
Okay. So you join back up with Corwin and Lycra. Yeah, there's a freaking dog in the hallway, and it's bumbling around, jumping up on people, trying to lick faces. Stella comes back out at this point.
I come out of the bathroom. What's his name? It's Mirkir. Okay. Yeah. And I will say, Mirkir, come here. And make like a show of trying to calm the dog down, but not doing a very good job of it.
Okay. So you are publicly indicating that you know this dog. Would he listen to Estella? I think
no.
No. Okay.
And Estella knows that. She's just trying to add a little bit of chaos.
Okay. Give me persuasion at disadvantage.
Deception at normal?
Also deception at normal. Give me both.
Okay. Persuasion disadvantage.
Okay. So, when you say his name, he stops and turns his head towards you like he recognizes that, and then just bolts in the other direction.
I was actually going to say, he can phase through people and walls. So I think he just runs out the wall.
Okay, yeah, we'll say that he
gives a blood, he'll give his sort of death howl dog thing.
If you want full chaos, make it like run and set through a wall, but also pass through a lab, so someone who is inside the lab also encounters the dog, just passing by.
Let me make a check. Unfortunately, there was no one in that room at this time of night. So okay, he is out of the building. I assume once he's out of sight, he
Yeah.
just waits for you.
Yeah, he can just disappear or wait for me or whatever.
And with that 26 deception, nobody seems to pick up on the fact that you know that dog.
Mm.
And they are all just bewildered at everything that just happened. Titania turns around and spots Ashish and says, "Oh, there you are."
I look at she's. Oh, is Andrea okay? Did she just go outside to get some fresh air?
Nod.
Titania rolls a natural 1 on her insight. And does not put together that she only thought there was 4 of you and you're talking about a 5th one. My dice have been so shit today.
Hey, sometimes that's good for storytelling, though.
You remember when I rolled 3 crits in a row? This is like the opposite of that.
That's okay. That's okay.
You're very lucky.
I would rather you crit in combat and fail in social interactions because that's funnier to me.
Yes, you're very lucky that the receptionist did not know that there's a secret door in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with Andrea outside, the 4 of you regathered, and a distraction dispatched with, you say your goodbyes, head back out into the city.
Excuse me.
It is, we'll say, like, evening, just starting to get dark. So what's the plan?
I guess head back to where we were staying.
Yeah, it's we got a long hike to get there.
Yeah, you got like a half day's travel to get back to Velki.
Yeah, still worth it before we do anything else, I'd say.
Okay. It's fairly straightforward to find a room for the night in center. Andrea, give me one more stealth check just at normal to rejoin them without being noticed by your tail.
My tail.
A fucking 6. Oh my god. I'm so aggravated. Yes, you rejoin them without the people following you noticing.
Womp womp.
Their full job and they don't do it anything.
Based on how bad they seem to be at detecting who's in the group, I think they think Liz is with them still, even.
Yeah, maybe. Well, see, that's the thing, right? Unless Ashish wants you to know he's there, you don't. So you're already down one person. So they just, yeah, I think they're mostly following either Lycra or Estella, and just whoever happens to be around them is also there. Okay, so collecting yourselves back together, you have a room for the night.
I got you all. I mean, we got you all
Yes.
a lot of nighttime reading.
Oh, good.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
glad you got something out of this.
You didn't?
No.
It's
Let's take a
all
look.
very above board seeming.
I tell them what we found. Someone dismantled a lab very quickly, like very recently. I have no idea what it is. There was a box full of journals. We just grabbed 2 because I don't understand. And also this weed box book with signals. Also, there was this. I
Corwin
relate that.
and Estella and Lycra instantly recognize that this book is magical.
Ooh.
Hey, here we go.
And I relate the marks, the burning marks in the corner. Something very awful was burned there and very dangerous. And there was some crystal tubes that I don't know what they are.
I kind of want to go back.
Yeah, I think you 2 would have fun there.
Mm-hmm.
You 3 with Liz.
4 with Lycra. Basically, we sent the 2 people that were the least interested in this stuff.
Yes, but the most sneaky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did my best, okay?
Well, let's see what these books have to tell us.
Do any of us read giant?
Someone has comprehend languages or tongues, so
And she's not here.
damn it.
Yep.
Lycra, why don't you have comprehend languages or tongues?
Let me check her spell list. Maybe she does.
Damn it. Estella, why don't either of us have this?
Well, oh no, that's not true. I can read all writing.
Yes,
I mean,
you are a warlock.
I can read giant. How does the hold on, hold the door.
Laker does not seem to have any sort of reading ability.
So I have the orb languages of the world that give me the linguistic feat.
Did you finish it? You sure did.
Yes, I did, and I have some languages. Can I unattune it and reattune it to learn giant? I feel like that's cheating.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see what linguist does.
If it makes you feel any better, Liz doesn't have comprehend language either, so it's literally not in her spell list. Period.
Yeah, I assume you chose 3 languages at the time that you attuned to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, usually in those cases, when you attune to something, it's permanent.
The one thing I will give you, since you are more familiar with languages, the numbers that I told you previously you couldn't decipher, I would have let you roll that check with advantage, and we'll just pretend that you succeeded on it. They're dates. So if you want to change the books that you grabbed based on that, I will let you do that.
I feel like the oldest and the newest are the best idea.
Okay.
I will give Corwin the magic book to try and decipher while I look at the journals, because I guess I'm the only one that can read them.
Okay. You have uncovered 2 basically call them study journals. Basically, this person that wrote these was doing scientific things and recording them. They are experiments in creature shaping. Fairly recent. The dates are in the last 200 years. So the oldest one is about 200 years ago, and the newest one is a month ago.
Hold up. First was 200 years ago?
Mm-hmm. And based on what Andre is describing, you think all the other ones are probably in between that.
Is it the same handwriting?
No, they are 2 different handwritings.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's basically, I think you are fairly quickly able to suss out that this is detailing the creation of Beheers.
We gotta get back there.
Corwin.
Yar.
Do you have Identify?
Nar.
Okay. Give me Arcana.
Maybe Liz have it?
Liz isn't here.
DC.
Maybe Lycra have it?
Actually, she might. Let me check before you roll.
I think Lycra does.
Come on, roll 20. Roll. Load the sheet, please.
No, I don't want.
No. Unless it's an ability. She doesn't have the spell. But I'll say the 2 of you working together, give me Arcana with advantage, and we'll call it DC 16. move a thing around here. I'll just put it at the top for now. All players. Show to players.
Ah!
Ah,
Estelle's looking over your shoulder.
I slammed the book shut.
What was it?
It's how to make golems.
what is a golem?
Can I see?
Yeah, in this case, it's a bunch of flesh and bones and everything stitched together and reanimated.
So this is
Like
like
zombie.
this.
No.
No, this is the Behir. This is how they make the Behir.
Kinda.
This is okay. Okay.
Although I'm pretty sure if you were to use this in the creation of something like that, it would destroy the book.
So are they using magic then?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been pretty explicitly told that to successfully do creature shaping, you have to have magical abilities.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get back in there, but I think we also need help getting in there successfully.
Each Vahir is 60 day and 50,000 gold pieces. They're expensive
Give
AF.
me a collective insight check.
I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think their research is based off this book.
Okay, don't give me the insight check then. Corwin said the thing.
What did it say?
Oh,
They
I
are
see.
doing research based on this book, not necessarily explicitly using this book.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Given the fact that you know they have created Behir and the book still exists.
Right.
Yeah, they're using it as a WikiHow.
So obviously this book is it's old then.
I don't think you have a way of telling that, given that it is magical and does not age.
Yeah.
It goes in the bottom of my book bag.
Well, hang on.
We don't have the time or the resources to. No. I know you want to, but no.
I know I don't have the time or the resources. Can I take a couple of hours and try and figure out what kind of magic this is?
I guarantee you it's some sort of transmutation or necromantic magic, but yes.
I mean, I think I, the player, already know the answer. Just due to the word eldritch in the description, but I want to, like, Estelle was going to take some time and cross-reference and see, like, what kind of source of magic this is from versus what they seem to be doing with the Behirs.
I will assist her just to make sure we get the accurate information.
Okay, Stella, give me an Arcana check with advantage. Okay, there is primarily probably... It's like necromancy, but it's not undead necromancy, it's just creature-mancy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good amount of transmutation, and then a little dash of both conjuration and enchantment.
Okay. But this, like, is there any way for me to tell if this was, like, druidic magic versus wizard stuff versus warlock stuff? Like, whoever made this.
I would say wizard stuff. That is
Okay.
open to your DM overrule, though, if you want.
Okay.
Would it be fair to say it has a structured formula?
Yes, absolutely.
And very much step 1, collect flesh. Step 2,
Uh-huh. Do the journals have any names in them?
No, they do not. And even written in Giant, you can tell that it very much sticks to facts only and leaves out anything that could be used to point in any particular direction. You can tell that the person that was writing this was being careful in both cases.
Question between the writing style. I'm not here. I'm not reading, so I ask Stella. Between the writing style of the first one and the last book, is it a steady pace? Are they more frantic, worried, or any difference in the mood?
Can I check?
No. You don't get the sense that there was any change in urgency by the time of the last entry in the newer book, but that was weeks, if not months ago.
What's the last entry?
What's the last entry?
The last entry is talking about a new group that has been sent out and they are waiting results.
A new group of Behir?
It doesn't. It never explicitly says Bahir, but reading between the lines, yes, you think so. Give me a history check, anybody that wants to have a think about it. This is probably the group that you killed at the top of the mountain.
Yeah, I met that.
The times line up approximately.
So they shut this down very recently.
Yeah,
And they
as far as Andrea and Ashish could tell, it might have been yesterday for all you know.
and they didn't just like they they didn't let them free. They sent them specifically to a point, and they were waiting for information, and that's the first batch that we killed. I think. No,
No,
it's
this
the
was
The
second.
not
last
the
batch.
first batch. This was the one that you killed at the top of the mountain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the one with the special magic Behir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And flipping back through, the first group that you killed during the week that you lost in the plains, you also, that lines up as well. There was another one. There were two groups that they released at about the same time. The ones that you encountered on the name of the place I can't remember, that's Murata, but in the Feywild,
Yeah, the island.
you don't find anything explicit about that. You suspect that perhaps that was either an accidental release or they disposed of them there or something like that.
How many did they made?
Without
In
the rest, I was gonna say, without the rest of the journals, I don't know that we have any way of telling.
in this specific journal, you see a mention of one other group that was sent out quite a while ago. Um, so the first entry in this book is probably, we'll say, like 8 months to a year and a half ago, somewhere in that area.
When it talks about sending out groups of Behir, is like, what's the reasoning behind it?
Not given.
Okay.
They're just
Is
saying waiting results.
does
And
it say any group that came back with results? Does it say the
yes,
results?
no results have ever been recorded. They just send them out and say waiting results, and then no results are recorded. You don't know if that means they never got them and or they got them and recorded them somewhere else. There's no indication either way.
Is there anything in these journals that indicate that they correlate with other journals for that purpose?
No, nothing.
Okay.
There's no like references or footnotes or anything that refer to other journals or papers.
Okay.
That's the first. Sorry, the barrage of questioning.
No, that's what these are here for.
Does the first one says anything about how did they fund the things or getting new materials or stuff like that?
Yeah, is the first one like in media res or like here's my hypothesis, here's the materials I think we're gonna need, here's the first, how the first experiment went.
It's a lot more of that second one. A lot of recorded horrors, things, that come into existence that would not fulfill their intended purpose and were disposed of fairly quickly.
They started very wary of it. Like they by the end were very sneak about it, but in the beginning also
Yes.
they were.
Oh boy.
This is a whole thing.
Well, while you all are pondering that, Liz has been flying across the island, and right as night is setting, you arrive back in Velki, Liz. Is there anything you want to get up to while you're here? You just grab an inn and go to sleep? Did you want to check in with anybody or anything?
Well, we still have our spot at the inn, right?
Yes. Yeah, you can just head back there. The room is still reserved for you.
Liz settles down. Probably does does her crafting work. Starts pondering where people are, because she's for some reason assumed people would be back today.
Okay. So the first thing that happens is about 20 minutes into your first enchanting, there is a soft knock at your window.
At the window.
Uh-huh.
Like a dumbass, Liz goes open the window.
Okay. A elf slips into your room and pulls his hood down. You don't recognize him, but I don't think it's a giant leap for you to assume that this is one of the scouts that was sent out by Namis. And he says, have you all returned?
Just myself.
Namis was not able to communicate everything to you. We were partially discovered, but not captured or even seen. We got out of the Shapers Guild, made our way back here. However, this morning, the constabulary started poking around. Sarshiel was the first to be questioned. He vouched that the newcomers in the city were here the entire time. He did mention that you met with Namis as well. Namis is questioned, but they're just going off of the fact that they saw shorter people. There's not currently any danger, but be careful about kicking the hornet's nest further.
And
And
is anyone in trouble?
no. So basically what he's telling you is the three that snuck into the Shapers Guild got away, but they were seen. So basically, short people were seen around the Shapers Guild at night, 2 nights ago at this point, or 3 nights ago, rather.
Because Nibbles rolls like Nibbles rolls.
That was not my roll. The final roll that decided whether or not somebody got caught or got away was made by either you or Jamie. I don't remember at this point.
Must have been Jamie, because I haven't rolled.
This was last week.
I didn't roll this last week either.
But whoever it was barely made the DC. Unless you immediately have any other questions, he will just dip back out immediately.
Does Liz turn her head for a second and just is alone in the room?
Yep. It's a very Batman situation.
Where did they learn this? What's with this place?
And then, as you settle back down and start on your enchanting again, about 20 minutes into your enchanting, you get a sending from Lycra saying, "Where are you? Is everything okay?" Just checking in, kind of stuff.
I'm back at the hotel. I'm back at the inn.
All right.
And this is the last Liz has ever heard again. Time to go roll a new character.
Yeah, so Lycra will communicate to all of you where Liz is and that she is fine.
Does Liz find out where they are?
I'm sure we.
Yeah, she will have. Yes, you know that they are still in center.
Liz looks at the pot of coffee she made for everyone and goes, sighs, and gets a second cup for herself.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Why?
Just for fun.
Because
The DC is 12. Excellent. You can mark down double on your enchanting tonight as you drink too much coffee and stay awake.
I'm gonna take a point of exhaustion then, because I don't think Liz slept.
Yes, you are going to take a point of exhaustion. But you got double on your enchanting. Okay. So unless anybody has anything else that happens before a long rest,
no, not on my end.
I am going to not stay up so late that I don't get any sleep, but stay up, kind of cross-referencing the manual and the first journal, and just to kind of see how this influenced their original experiments, and hopefully Estella will volunteer to take the first watch, and then hopefully once Corin goes to sleep, the book will have been forgotten about and Estella could just put it in her bed.
Okay, are you doing this by yourself,
Which
or are you asking anybody for help?
The Flesh Golem book?
Yep.
He's not forgetting about that.
Okay. I mean, I'm the only one who can read the journal, so there's only
Good point. Okay, just give me... is Arcana Intelligence or Wisdom?
It's Intelligence.
Okay, give me just a straight Arcana check. Yeah. Estella starts coming up with ideas.
Yeah, this is, like, the manual itself is not quite what I'm looking for, but between the manual and the journal.
Yeah. I'll say that that's a high enough roll. You are able to get enough information down in your notes that even if Corwin doesn't let you have another look at it, you can... I will just let you dictate what you get out of that from whatever it is that you need.
To be fair, he's not saying no to people reading it. He's saying no to people using it.
Why?
Above the table, there's some DM stuff happening right now.
Yeah. It's not like Estella has 50,000 gold to burn anyways.
I mean, she knows where she can get some.
I'm very happy with my purchase, thank you very much.
Why Stella is so final evil boss?
You have to ask Jamie that.
I'm doing this for you guys partially.
You're building
you
something
guys
in your campaign. I get it.
No.
Oh, okay.
Should I?
You guys,
This is.
you guys remember? Go ahead.
You remember we had this conversation about what Great Old One Morlocks get at 14th level? They get a
Yep.
thrall, and we were like, eh. So this is partially going down the road of what I'm going to get instead of the thrall.
Yeah.
Do you remember that sweetheart that was that paladin ogre that Jamie played the first time?
Uh-huh.
She was so
we only
pure of
got to
heart.
know Ilva for like 6 levels. Who knows what the hell else was going to happen?
Not this,
Yeah,
that's for
true.
sure.
She had some deep issues. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess Nibbles will talk later about like what my next steps are.
Eee.
And then I can finally get my 14th level ability.
Alrighty. So I will just let you all go ahead and mark the long rest now. But we will end there for the night.
Okay.
I will restore Lycra's spell slots that she used.
It's not a Stella.
And should we... I don't know... Is David going to run out of disk space? Like, what's happening here?
It's being him.
Yeah, I would just ping him, say session's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will do that.
But
You have thoughts?
oh, I'm saying bots to the recording.
Oh. I thought you said thoughts. I'm like, huh?
Lots of bots.
Cat butts.
Yeah, good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
We'll have a good social interaction episode.
That was good.
I might have even managed to get you in combat if my rolls hadn't been so shit.
Yeah, but sometimes we just futz our way out of combat accidentally.
Yeah, I mean, really, the only thing that saved you is that the only giant that heard Andrea's very obvious noises on stairs had no idea there was a secret passage there, so... She just thought something fell over in the closet.
Worked as intended.
Good session. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go away.
Ooh, what's for dinner?
I don't know. Maybe I'll make a sandwich.
I've had
Pastrami.
crackers and peanut butter for the past 2 days because that's all I felt like eating.
Understandable. Yeah, I am also hungry.
I gotta pee real bad.
I have to pee and then work. Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Goodbye,
everybody.
everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Mm.